right, Jay Martinez of High Hope TV here with the alien Bernard Hopkins. Bernard, first of all, good to see you, my man.
Good to see you again. Yes,
good
sir.
to see you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, there's a lot
My
to talk
second home, brother.
I'm starting to say the same thing because I'm here
Yes,
almost
you're here
all the time.
In and out, in and out.
Bernard, a lot to talk about. Let's jump into it real quick.
Come on.
I'm sure you saw the news about Gervonta Davis being arrested once again. Just give me your thoughts. You know,
unfortunately, man, I hope he come out. You know what I mean? Everybody else come out. I'm not with the domestic violence thing, man, but I hope that, you know, he get that straightened out and he get back to focus on his family and his career. Family first, and then career second. But I just wish both his girl, ex-girl, his kid's mother, you know what I mean, can get things together and look forward and be positive going forward.
Bernard, you think his head, you know, is there right now with boxing? Do you think he just needs another mentor? What does he need? Because he's a great talent.
I don't know, and I don't know him that well. I know he lives in Maryland or Baltimore, and I live in, you know, Philadelphia, and you know we both on the East Coast, tri-state. But I'm not familiar with him, you know, to be able to call him up or talk to him or anything like that. So I can't really say.
Bernard, you know, even going into that as well, you know, Ryan Garcia's status, I know he openly said something a couple of weeks ago with Golden Boy. If I'm not mistaken, he just said something about with Oscar having some beef. Why does this continue to happen?
You know what I can say about Ryan Garcia? Ryan must do and should do, from what I've been hearing and what I know, what's best for Ryan. I'm what's best for the fighter, especially a fighter with character. A fighter with character and a fighter with respect and honesty. And so, whether they with us or with someone else, I'm fighter first. I am biased to a core, but I'm also aware of there's a small percentage of fighters that I cannot say that about in boxing. So I'm aware of that also. Ryan should and must do what's good for Ryan. We could promote him to 90. Look at Don King, look at Bob Arum. You can't fight until you're 90, at least not in the boxing ring. So you must do, as a fighter, what's right for you. Do for self. That was in the teacher of Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And Minister Louis Farrakhan echoes it every time he can. You have to do for self. And sometimes others won't like that because they want to do for self. They're not going to tell you, but they want to do for self. So I would say to anyone out there, whether they're on this side or any other side, when it comes to your career and it comes to your life, this sport is about your career and life. Life and then career. There's no guarantee, correct?
Yeah, I agree.
Do for self. Because it's you in that ring only. And everybody else go down those 3 or 4 steps and they sit back and watch you and holler out instructions for what you to do, correct?
Yeah,
okay.
I agree. Bernard, and you know, talking about that, you know, he called out again Rolly. He wants that fight with Devin, the rematch. He wants rematches. What's going to be next for him? You know, it's going to take another like a tune-up fight or jump in with Rolly again.
I like to see Ryan go right in there with the Rolly. I think he has a lot to prove. I think he understands that. I think by him calling out what you heard and you know, Rolly, he wants that fight right now because I feel that his head is clearer than before, ever, and he knows what he has to do right now for his own career and his own reputation as far as where happens next, going into the second, really the third chapter of his career, if you want to take and add the personal challenges that he had to deal with, that not even personal, worldwide, you know, so you got to count that in as a factor of whether he can go strong forward and strong and finish up what I believe will be a historic career that will be in the books as long as he stay the course and beat who's up there in the top weight division in any weight that he fights in. He has to destroy them by decision or knockout. Destroy is not just knockouts. You can destroy somebody that they won't fight again.
Yeah.
12-round beat, 11-round beat, then fight's over. So I like to see him get back on track. I know he will. And Ryan knows, and he hears what's going on. He hears what people are saying. And I think he's motivated by that. I'm guilty of it because I've always been motivated by what people said, whether it was against me or for me. It helped me more than it hurt me, and that's the key.
Bernard, a fighter, a legend fighter like you, Hall of Famer, everything, you know, fill in the dots as a fighter. You've gone up on weight, you fought fighters. Terrence Crawford's going up on weight to face Canelo.
That's history. Two weight classes.
Why is it history?
It's history because very few fighters jump up 2 weight classes, right? Mm-hmm. I did 60 to 75 to fight that man. Yeah. Take a picture of him. Antonio, right? Antonio, I call him, right? Tarver was sitting there waiting after destroying Roy Jones twice, correct? At least, I mean, and also having a career that, being a southpaw, Olympian pedigree. I was an underdog in that fight, you know that. Mm-hmm. I think up 10-1, something crazy. And because of my age, it was one of the biggest moments of making history, jumping from 60 to 75. And I remind the public and the world out there why it was so important of the 3-belt era, and also, which I started. You gonna fact check it?
Yeah.
You fact checked
like
already.
Said, legendary Hall of Famer.
Did you fact check that part? I know the legendary Hall of Famer, that's standard right now. What's not standard is the 3-belt era, correct?
Yes.
You know when I became the 3-belt era, because I might be educating you right now. It's when I beat Oscar De La Hoya, my partner, for the WBO vacant title that I didn't get when I fought for the undisputed that I did get in 01, September 29th, Felix Tito Trinidad, correct?
Yep.
We're talking history, we're talking legacy. Now let me speed forward to your answer and finish your answer up. Or finish your question up, my answer back.
Yeah.
Becoming a historic and challenging what Ray Robinson didn't do kept me in the game to challenge Tarver. What do you mean? Well, Tarver just got finished doing a Rocky Last boxing movie. Tarver was still in the game. He was coming down back to his weight at 75 to challenge. I was to challenge him for the light heavyweight championship. Doing that, I became the first middleweight that jumped up 2 weight classes that the great Sugar Ray Robinson failed to do by not answering the 12th round in New York City. That made me excited to push for another historic moment in my career. No middleweight ever won a title. It was attempted by Ray Robinson, but he couldn't answer the bell in the 15th round. He was winning. I believe it was Yankee Stadium, 100+ degrees, exhausted. He couldn't get up off the stool. I said I want to do what Ray Robinson didn't do in his time, in my time. And I fought Tarver. And everybody, most people thought I was grabbing a paycheck before I leave. Because you gotta remember, if you don't remember, you gotta remember. I just come off the 2 losses with Jermaine Teller. Remember that?
Yes.
So they thought I was just getting a payday to jump 60 to 75, losing the decisions, close fights to Jermaine Teller. Oh, he's on his way out. And I pulled a rabbit out of my hat again. And I fooled him again, even with Kelly Pavlin. When you see me stand on the side of the ring and you see me stare at them, remember that? I got the receipts. The world got the receipts.
So, going with that, Harper's going up on weight classes. You said it's going to be legendary. So give or take whatever
Very
happens.
few people done it in
So
history.
whatever happens of the outcome, he wins. or
Two
he
weight
loses.
classes.
Yeah.
He's jumping up two
Well,
weight
it's
classes,
actually-
maybe three.
He's going 147, 154,
Correct.
160, 168. So it's actually
Yes,
three.
three. I said maybe three, yes.
Yeah. So win or lose, he still deserves all the props of whatever happens because he's going up on weight classes.
You don't get rewarded for trying, you get rewarded for winning.
Okay? All right.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
That's just wrong with the population of our schools in America. We reward the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. You lost, they gotta know how lost feel.
Yeah.
Losing feel, right? When I take my son on a plane, I let him know the difference between first class and coach. There's a difference between first class and coach, am I right? So you don't get rewarded for coming in second or third or fourth. You have to understand that it's stages and everything, and you must live by the code and not soften up and become somebody that deceive the future that's coming behind them to think that second is better than number one.
Last
Two ain't better than one.
one for me. Brian Norman, Devin Haney. Quick prediction for that fight. Who do you have winning that fight? It's a great fight overall.
I got Haney.
You got Haney? You got Haney?
Yeah,
All 12?
yeah,
I'll box him?
yeah, and with no knockout.
No knockout.
It would be an execution type thing.
Okay.
Skill versus skill. His is better.
Thank you so much for being at Fly Hill TV. Thank you so much for your patience.
Also, you too, brother.